This may seem like a dumb question, however, is the lower premiums a bad thing? Don't get me wrong, I'm a buyer at said premiums. It just seems as though silver has become very unloved. In fact, maybe even hated. So many folks selling, overstocked items everywhere, just kind of getting concerned. Thank you for sharing with the community. I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love when viewer comments inspire videos, especially really good ones like Jimmy's, because this is an incredibly good question. And to be honest with you, I have a couple of thoughts on this. What's really funny about this comment popping up is I was just recording a video that is roughly in the same ballpark, and it made me completely re-record the video because I wanted to approach this from the angle that Jimmy is looking at. So I actually have some thoughts on this, and actually around 11 days ago, I had actually polled my audience and I had asked them, I got about 2,500 responses, and I had asked them, how many of you are selling and buying silver? Out of all of the people that responded, over 2,500, only 8%, which is about 200 people, by the way, actually responded that they are selling. However, as Jimmy said, a lot of people selling. It seems like coin shops are overloaded with inventory, and he is 100% right. For example, last time I talked with Josh from My Not Coin and Bullion, he talked about how he had more people selling than buying, or at least it was 50-50 if I remember correctly. And many other dealers that I talked to are actually experiencing similar phenomenon. They have a lot of people selling. So where is it all coming from? Well, here is my theory, and stick around and hear me out. I think a lot of what's going on takes us back in time. I think we need to go all the way back to February of 2021. At the beginning of the silver squeeze, with these Wall Street Reddit people and the whole push for silver and the raids and everything else, you had a lot of people that were buying a lot of silver at very high premiums and higher than today's spot prices. Now, those people bought that silver in hopes that they were going to get rich quick. Everyone was looking at what just happened with GameStop and with AMC, and they were looking at Bitcoin and all of these opportunities to make themselves millionaires that they missed. And this was it. This was their time to make millions of dollars, and they were going to do it through the silver squeeze. Now, I'm no millionaire. I missed those opportunities as well, and that's really unfortunate. Trust me, as much as I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin, I've said this before, as much as I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin, I absolutely do wish I would have bought it way back in 2010, 2011, 2012 even, because it's an opportunity that I absolutely missed. I could have bought Tesla way earlier. I could have bought Microsoft when it was $5 a share. There's a million things that people missed out on, and this, like I said, this was their chance. They were going to make millions of dollars through stacking silver. Well, now we fast forward to 2024. We've had some rough economic times the last few years, and you had all these people that put all this money in the silver that now have nothing to do with it, and they're underwater on it. Think about this. They bought silver back during the silver squeeze. Spot price was higher. Premiums were also higher, way higher than it is today, and they got it thinking they're going to make all this money, and it didn't happen. And for the last 3 years, they've watched silver basically trade sideways, and the premiums slowly come down. We had some peaks. We had peaks March, April, May, where the spot price peaked up quite a bit. But ultimately, at the end of the day, going into January of 2024, today, right now, I just did a video yesterday as I record this showing that the premiums have fallen significantly. The spot price is clearly down from where it was in February, March, April or so of 2021, definitely down from there. So if you were to take that same silver and walk into a coin shop today, Silver Eagles, you would get lucky to get $1.50 to $2 an ounce over spot. 1 ounce of a round, you're going to be lucky if you get just spot price. And that is why I preach all the time. And sometimes I even sound like a broken record, I'm sure, but that is why I preach all the time about stacking responsibly and making sure that it's a long-term hold. I mean, I don't know how many times I've said this. I'm sure if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you're probably sick of me saying this, but it is so important that when you're putting, and keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. This is just me talking to you. Always make sure that you seek a real financial advisor and not just some talking head on YouTube. And I don't just mean me, I mean all of them. But anyway, with that said, make sure that when you're going to stack silver or gold or whatever it is, you don't put yourself in a bad financial situation. Don't put yourself in the debt, especially high interest debt, by putting it on a credit card that you can't pay off. Because the idea with silver and gold shouldn't be to make you rich. It should be to get the dollars that you already have out of the US dollar and into something that is real money. Now, I personally consider gold and silver to be real money, but I wouldn't want to go in debt to get gold and silver because at that point, it's not my dollars anyway, and I'm going to have to pay those dollars back. In reality, the truth is that you are probably going to find yourself in real life situations that won't need gold and silver. And if you are in debt because of gold and silver, it's going to make those situations even that much tougher. I don't want to see people getting put out on the street because they made crazy decisions going into gold and silver. But anyway, getting back to the original point of this video, let's go back and imagine that let's say you are the person who left the comment on Solid Bait Metals channel that I have shared here on this channel before. And by the way, if you want to hear more videos like this, do me a favor and make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. But imagine you're a person who took out a second mortgage on his house so that you could go out and buy silver. And now, like I already said in this video, you are underwater on that silver. You're sitting on it. You expected to become a millionaire. You didn't buy silver because you believed in it. You didn't buy silver because you wanted to get your money out of the dollars and into real money like gold and silver. No, you bought it because you wanted it to make you a millionaire, and now you're paying interest on that second mortgage, and you're going to just end up selling it and taking a loss. And that, my friend, is where I believe a lot of that hate that you're talking about in your comment is coming from. And that, my friend, is why when I did that poll, only 8% of people responded saying that they are selling. Because if you got into that situation, would you want to watch silver stacking channels? Would you even care, or would you despise them? If you took out a second mortgage on your house and now you have to sell it at a loss after paying 3 years worth of interest, would you despise the people that got you in the silver? Now, I'm not one of the people that promoted the silver squeeze. Outside of that first week, which I admitted to a long time ago, where I thought it was going to be a really cool idea, and then I saw which way it was going, and I knew it was going to be a bad idea really quick. And I'm like, no, I am not becoming part of this. And I backed off, and I even started talking against it. But a lot of people bought into that hype, and those people do hate silver. You're right. Those people hate silver. I see those comments on my channel all the time. But what those people don't realize is that me and many of the other people that are in the silver that I talk about, that I have on my channel, we preach about stacking for fundamental reasons. We preach about stacking to get your money out of the dollar, not to make a million of them. And if they would have listened to people that keep their head, and I'm not even saying me, maybe I'm not the right person. I don't know. I certainly am not trying to say that I am the end all be all, because I am far from it. I have been wrong so many times, it's not even funny. But if they would have listened to people that were being reasonable and not pushing thoughts into their head that they were going to be millionaires tomorrow, they probably wouldn't hate silver today, because they would have been stacking it for the right reasons. I think a lot of those people are selling right now, and that, however, is creating a fantastic opportunity for you and me. Like you said, you were buying at these premiums. Guess what? So am I. I actually was buying when the premiums were high as well, and I was increasing my dollar cost average, and now I have the opportunity to reduce my dollar cost average. I mean, take a look at my sponsor, SD Bullion. They had 2024 Silver Eagles at $3.99 over spot. If you would have been buying Silver Eagles last year in 2023, in March, April, May, and June of 2023, when everyone was freaking out about the bank things, if you would have been buying them there, you would have been paying $17, $18, $19 an ounce over spot. No, I don't mean $19 per coin. I mean $19 an ounce over whatever the spot price was. SD Bullion has kilo bars today for 99 cents an ounce over spot. Back then, you would have been paying $4 or $5 an ounce over spot. Let's just say it's only $4. That is $3 per ounce more than you can get it for today. That means that you would pay for a kilo bar $97 more if spot price were the same. So it is unfortunate that those people lost. It is unfortunate that they listened to the talking heads that told them that they were going to be millionaires if they kept stacking silver. It is so unfortunate, and I am ashamed that I am a silver stacker, as well as those people also calling themselves silver stackers, when I don't believe that that's what they were. I don't blame the people that got drawn in. I blame the people that shoved the ideas in their head, because now those people have lost. And the only way they're going to make it back is if they start stacking fundamentally and hang on to that silver till the spot price and the premium goes back up to a point where they can at least get their money back and cover the difference from inflation. And God knows when that's going to happen. It might be tomorrow. It might be in 10 years. I don't know. And neither does anyone else. So anyone that tells you what they know silver is going to do tomorrow, anybody that tells you that they know what silver is going to do next year, anybody who tells you that they have a chart and they're looking at what's going on here and what's going on there, and they're looking at the graphs and they see everything and they're like, oh my God, this is perfect for silver. If it crosses this ceiling, there's no way it's going to do anything but go to 100 gazillion trillion dollars an ounce, and you're going to turn into Elon Musk overnight. tell them to shut the heck up because they don't know any better than me or you. All you can do if you're going to get into silver stacking is to stack for the right reasons, to stack fundamentally and put it aside for the future and get it out of the dollar. And as for me, if I die with all of my silver still and it goes to my kids, I will be happy knowing that it went to somebody I love. But if I do end up needing it because the dollar does collapse, I will be happy that I have real money. That's why I stack silver. That's why the people that hate silver, I get it at the same time. I don't fault them for hating it. If I were in their position, if that was my goal and it didn't happen that way and I listened to those people, I'd be upset too. Guys, if you like this video, do me a favor and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, and right above here, there is a video. If you haven't seen it yet, this is what you should do before buying silver online. If you've never done so, that is the next video you should watch. So click it right now. Other than that, we will see you next time and have a great rest of your day.